Well, 4 and 6 says yes, yes, are available. These are to us. One person torn. Streets of his face. Each her. That's a choice. Alright, very fair.
And we had an early call on the 710 southbound Del Amo Boulevard offense. Make up the 710 northbound. The westbound Del Amo Boulevard offense still taking away G2 and earlier crash. KFI the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Bill Thomas. With you to start show on. Your holy host. Happy to be with you this Sunday, as I am with you every single Sunday. Answering your questions and talking about things between in life, and of course, the updating. I encourage you to be bold and brave and get us done with your theology question or life situation question anywhere in the U.S. today. You can give us a call at 800-520-1524. That's 800-520-1534. Muhammad brought up a question that really is a lot. And it not only posed to Christians, and I find this interesting, because every belief system, as I said, is exclusionary. If you believe there is a truth, then you believe that anything outside of that truth is false. Every belief system believes that. Even universalism. Listen to this. Universalism believes that in different forms, depending on the form, believes that all are kind of children of God and all finding their way and will all eventually get there, like everyone's way. But if you were to tell them everyone's not right, they would tell you you were wrong. Which means that there's still, even in universalism, there's still a belief that you can be wrong. So you can't escape it. But for some reason, it seems to be put on Christians all the time as if Christians are the only ones that believe that. Not true. But if you set aside, because you hear the things like, well, so if I don't believe in Jesus, I go to hell. But think of this conceptually about math again, because math is not personal. People, we use a math analogies on this. It's easier because it doesn't seem personal. So if I say 2 plus 2 equals 4, then anything that doesn't equal 4, when you have 2 plus 2, is wrong. When you remove my name from the equation, when you just say this is the way to God, then people receive it differently. When you start attaching names that become personal and stuff, well, that's my group, or this is my group. It's not about that. Push that aside. I like when Muhammad, when I gave him the analogy, said, it's not about my name. And that is an excellent point. It's not about the name. So let's put this aside for a second. Let's put this as there is no other name under heaven once man can be saved. But it's not talking about vowels and consonants either. The J and the E and the S and the N. It's not talking about that. It's talking about the power and authority. Just like in the old movie, stop in the name of the law. It's not talking about LAW. It's not talking about anyone's particular name. It's talking about the authority of the government that applied that to the individual who's now wearing the badge and the badge. So in a sense, there's no other name in what you want to say. It's referring to the power of God in Christ. So that's where my authority comes from. Now, it's very difficult for people of different faiths to understand the Trinity and what it means for me to be God as well, and all those things, and I get that that's confusing. And plus, when you're in different belief systems, and Christians, I warn you about this all the time on the program. Don't believe things about another belief system just because you're told that. We see this about Muslims all the time. I hear all kinds of garbage that is taught saying, well, this is what Muslims believe, that is not. And I hear it about Jews as well. And I hear about all kinds of different belief systems. You don't like it when people do it to you, don't do it to them. But Christianity, it's not about, oh, if you're not a Christian, you're not in the club and you don't get in. That's not what it, and that's how it always comes out sounding. It's not about that at all. If you think about being in a home that's on fire and the fire department coming and a firefighter cutting a circular exit for you, you wouldn't look at that firefighter and say, well, gosh, you know what? I grew up believing I'm supposed to exit out of a square hole that I be taught to fire. You receive the salvation and you say thank you. So when it comes to God, then it becomes a battlefront for the different ideas rather than a search for truth. It becomes a battlefront of this is what I believe, this is what I was taught, so this is the truth. No. And as I said before, Christians, Muslims, and Jews, and all the rest can be all wrong, but they can't be all right because the very nature of the belief system are different and contradictory. So if someone says this is black and someone says this is white, they can both be wrong, it might be blue. But they can't be simultaneously right. And therein lies the rub. It is to search out and to seek without bias based on what you grew up with or what you're comfortable with or any of those things. And really search and seek that which is true. Because it's true. Not because it's always what you believe, not because your parents believe it, not because it's convenient for you, but because it's true. And that should be the concern. Whether it's Islam, whether it's Judaism, whether it's Christianity. Now on your show, cover Jesus Christ. What do you think we're going to be teaching? What do you think we're going to be teaching? This show is unabashedly pro-Christianity. Why would it not be? But ultimately, above all things, this show is focused on truth. Speaking truth, knowing truth, spreading truth, and being accountable to that truth. And that's what's most important. That is truly the focus of this program. Speaking truth. Scripture says to test all things, hold fast to that which is true, which is good, which is righteous. And that is the very purpose of this program. As you go through the hustle and bustle and finish wrapping, some of you, yes, probably men, getting your last minute left, and making food or some kind of family, remember that. That it's not just about my team or your team, it's about truth, and some people will be wrong. There are groups that claim to be Christian that aren't by the definition of what they proclaim. There are individuals that claim to be Christian, but don't follow it in a way that you'd ever know. There are people in other parts of this world that don't know what the word Christian means, but are living Christian life, and they know God through that experience. So send those bios and look for the truth, not just for those on the truth. You are listening to the Jesus Program. To ask your questions, dial 800-520-1534. Hey, last minute holiday gift idea. Kfi is free on the iHeartRadio app. cheapskate. KOST-HT2.
Right-hander, unsprung.
Live everywhere on the Radio app. Rapper Stab at concert. I'm Layla Muhammad live from the Kfi 24-hour newsroom. A performer who once upon a time in LA Music Festival has been stabbed and killed. TMZ is reporting the person killed was rapper Draco the Ruler. The stabbing happened last night at the Denver, California Stadium near Exhibition Park around 8:30. After the stabbing, the fire department shut down the concert. News brought to you by 800 No Tax. The federal government is spending $2 billion to provide more testing for COVID-19 across the nation. There are going to be 10,000 centers that are going to be giving out free testing. So I think we're going to be seeing, as we get a little bit further, maybe a week or two or three, much more availability of testing. Dr. Anthony Fauci says places like New York City have set up testing tents on the street to help with the increase of people wanting to get tested. A new congressional report reveals ex-President Trump prioritized politics in the handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Trump administration engaged in deliberate efforts to undermine the U.S. COVID response for political purposes. That's according to the House Select Subcommittee investigating the nation's COVID response, which released its findings Friday. NBC reports it says Trump's White House overruled public health and testing guidance by the nation's top infectious disease expert and found specific political agenda. It also included unqualified Trump officials strategies the experts warned against, and weakening the CDC's COVID testing guidance to ensure how quickly the virus was spreading. Mark Ronna, KFI News. West Virginia Mansion says he can't back a $2 trillion social safety net bill, and his opposition is bringing a potentially fatal blow to President Biden's signature legislation. Mansion tells Fox News Sunday that he's always made clear he had reservations about that legislation. Former Georgia Republican U.S. Senator Johnny Isaacson has died. Isaacson was known as an effective builder. Holiday packages put by FedEx, UPS, and the U.S. Postal Service are making it on time, it appears. FedEx's Nan Melbranch says 100 million more packages are being sent this year compared to 2019.
We are geared up. We are positioned to do really, really well. We've hired additional staff. We have additional vehicles. We've got some technology improvements.
She says shipping is up 10% over last year. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. Let's check out some trouble on the 118. This is on the 118 heading westbound. Right at San Fernando Road, a crash on the right-hand shoulder, no delays through the area. A particular continues near Long Beach, Del Amo Boulevard off-ramp away from the 710 northbound is still blocked because of an earlier crash. No delays coming away from Long Beach on the north 710, but you do have delays on the north 101 between downtown and Hollywood. You're slow on the north 101 Hollywood Freeway between Silver Lake Boulevard and Sunset Boulevard. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Mike Lawrence. Hey, it's Nino Cervegra. You know, new windows for your home bring life, beauty, of course, efficiency. I know this firsthand because the French doors and stunning kitchen windows from American Vision Windows brought some of the most dramatic and beautiful changes to our home. Now, we all know Bill and Kathleen's story. Horrible experience when they replaced their own windows. They started their own company. So fast forward 20 years, they're still bringing warmth, light, and beauty to homes like mine. Now, for a limited time, American Vision Windows will pay the tax plus zero payments until 2023. Tax based on materials only, on purchase of 8 or more windows, cannot be combined with any other offers, on approved credit, and some restrictions apply. PSLB number 778326. I recommend them to friends and family and to you. Trust the window company that I trust, my family trusts. American Vision Windows. Give them a call. Get that free estimate today. 888-226-9908. That's 888-226-9908. Or for all those specials, visit AmericanVisionWindows.com. If you thought you missed the lowest mortgage rates in history, you're in luck because they're back. Mortgage rates are near historic lows again. So if you have a mortgage, refinance it and forget it. You'll never have to worry about refinancing again. Network Capital Funding is offering the most 15-year fixed rate at 1.875% with a 2.01 APR. Incredible! Network Capital has built a reputation for saving people time and money with our unique process that's fast, simple, and secure. Our 15-year fixed rate is 1.875% with a 2.01 APR. Second chances don't come often, and you may never see these rates again. So refinance it and forget it. That's a 15-year fixed rate at 1.875%. Yes, 1.875% with a 2.01 APR. Call the experts at Network Capital now. Call 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1-HIT. As in home run. Call now and save big on your refi. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1448. Not licensed in all states. Visit NLSConsumerAccess.org. Licensed by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. Financing Law. Number 603-787. And equal opportunity lender. Rate subject to change and may not be available. Discount point may apply. Subject to credit approval. Call 800-500-1448 for additional cost information.
Now, the stock market's at a record high. Again, things are looking up. Houses are selling in a week. Interest rates are still crazy low. And to top it all off, the government printed $5 trillion in new money. You might have noticed that all of this doesn't add up. It's like those plates spinning on top of those sticks. When they stop, it all comes crashing down, right? You need to keep your cash safe, not crashing down. Using precious metals is a well-proven way to do this. In a gold or silver IRA 401k rollover, you even get tax breaks while you bomb-proof your money. To find out how you can do this, you need to talk to one of Noble Gold's representatives. They're patient and knowledgeable and can help you navigate the precious metals market. This month, Noble Gold is giving away a free America the Beautiful solid silver 5-ounce coin with any qualifying IRA that you start. Call 877-646-5347 now to find out more, or visit our website at noblegoldinvestments.com.
Southland weather from KFI, mostly sunny for your Sunday with highs around 60 at the beaches, low 60s for the LA Basin, Inland OC, Valleys, and IE. Mid-50s in the high desert, mid-40s in the mountains. Another chance for some rain possibly moving in midweek. Right now it's 46 degrees in Orange, 47 in Rancho Santa Margarita, 42 in Jurupa Valley, 50 in Malibu. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Layla Muhammad.
Over 2,000 years ago, I walked this earth. Teaching, healing, inspiring, and preparing to meet the ultimate sacrifice. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. What if today you and I could talk voice to voice, and you could ask me anything? You are listening to the Jesus Christ Show. Happy to be with you this Sunday, as I'm with you every single Sunday right here, answering your questions and talking about the things that truly matter in life, and of course, the afterlife. I encourage you to be bold and brave and go to the phone with your theology question or life situation question anywhere in the U.S. of A. Dial 800-520-1534. That's 800-520-1534. Betsy, welcome to the Jesus Christ Show.
Oh, it's so good to talk to you. Merry Christmas, happy birthday.
Merry Christmas to you.
I wondered if you agreed with what I'm about to say in regard to people who defend the nativity scene at Christmas, and they do it in such a way that kind of drives me crazy.
What's that?
Well, they say it's baby Jesus' birthday, it's your birthday,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't really, at least they don't really give the full meaning of what Jesus did as a man, and any more than like when people say, "Happy birthday, George Washington," it's not just a baby, it's what he did in life.
I see. So you're saying focusing just on the birth is missing the point of the life, the death, and the resurrection.
Yes, I did a little thinking about why we celebrate Jesus' birthday, your birthday, and it came to me that knowing the man as we do through the Bible, and what he did, what you did, my God, it's the most powerful word in the entire world. You overcame the world, the flesh, and the devil.
Amen.
And through the resurrection and with love. So I just think that it's sometimes when people try to defend why they want the nativity scene or why they want displays of Christmas, or even why we say Merry Christmas, it's because we are then focusing on the most powerful word in the world, because it's love. So anyway, that's my definition of, I wanted your thoughts on how to define the Christ life.
Well, yes, Christ, it comes from the Greek word Christos. It means the anointed one, and obviously it is translates the Hebrew word that is used to mean Messiah. So the anointed one is very, very powerful, and I hear what you're saying, that ultimately they're focusing their sight seems narrow. They're focusing so much on this one part, it's not illuminating the reason why the birth would be important at all, which is about the life and the times and the death and resurrection. I think that you can get super hyper-focused on that, and you too can lose sight of what's going on. I think that the defense sometimes is the feeling that Christians get when they feel they're being picked on, or that their rights are kind of becoming second class, and therefore that everyone else, even pagan belief systems around, you can put pagan symbols up around Halloween and schools and everything else is fine with it, but if you do any Christian symbols, people start getting uptight, and I think it's kind of what they're defending. Now, to your concern, Betsy, I think that you're right in saying that people should understand the fullness of what's going on. We've said on the show many times that the term "Jesus loves you" means nothing unless you know who Jesus is, what love is, and who you are. So, yes, the defining the principles and why the nativity scene would be important at all would be a wonderful thing. Sometimes in battle, the words become abbreviated because the focus is to those people to say the nativity scene for what it stands for. But ultimately, if you don't say what it stands for, then the nativity scene means nothing. And people get lost in that, and really, it's kind of just an understanding that there would be no death and resurrection if I hadn't been born. And so to celebrate the beginning and all parts of it, if you understand God in His fullness, God is a God of beginning, middle, and end, most certainly. A God of Gethsemane, Calvary, and the empty tomb. All three are important. And so that time spent in the garden was important, the time on the cross was important, and the time of resurrection, obviously, ultimately important. But each part is talked about in Scripture because they all play an importance to the entirety of the story, and that can't be lost either. So you see the balance of those two things, that some people are fighting for something in its infant stage because of what it means in its fullness, and I can see where you like to hear the entirety of it, and that this word is important, that Christ is a powerful statement, because it's talking about the anointed one of God. But I think that's certainly in there, in what they're fighting for and what they're defending. I've said this before, that this time of year brings out a lot of that poorness. It brings out a lot of the fights, and the atheists will put up some sign about how I didn't exist or something silly like that, and theists and Christians come out of their churches and put up billboards and signs, and hear about people fighting for nativity scenes, and really, ultimately, that the what those nativity scenes stand for really is the most important, absolutely. That if it wasn't for the birth, death, and resurrection, then all of Christianity is for naught. And to defend that's a wonderful thing. But symbols and symbolism, and we want our particular belief system represented, is really more about culture than it is about faith. Faith cannot be dictated by any government, especially Christianity, because of the fact that it can be practiced in your heart, and that you want to be able to worship as you please, most certainly in the United States. But the concept of who God is never changes, no matter what anybody says. And you can put up a nativity scene, and it won't necessarily help anybody, and you can take it down. It won't necessarily hurt anybody. The important thing is that Christians are living in a way that other people can see and experience in a very, very real way. Otherwise, you just see people that are fighting for their cultural likes or dislikes or their wants, and it gets lost in that. So as this holiday tends to bring out those people defending the nativity, which I think is fine, just keep in mind that the nativity is just a thing. It's the setting up of this display is just a thing, that really the value of it lies in the life-changing power of the death and resurrection. That's where the power lies. That's what it's all about. And that's what Christmas is all about. And everybody focuses on that on Easter. But really, Christmas is just as much about that. It's about the beginning, the nascent stages of Christianity and the importance and the power of the things to come.
You are listening to the Jesus Christ Show. To ask your question, dial 800-520-1534. What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug, it's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hope, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life. This report is sponsored by Audible. Audible is the best place to listen for everything you're into, from comedy and motivation to popular podcasts and best-selling audiobooks. Right now, take advantage of a special holiday offer and save 60% on your first 3 months. Learn more and sign up at audible.com.
With COVID-19 still looming, your holiday season might be more stress than cheer. CalHope can help with free emotional support. Call 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
As parents, we've done everything we can to keep our kids safe, happy, and healthy during this pandemic. From finding the best face masks to making sure their hands are clean. And now we have the best tool to help keep them even safer. The most important thing we can do is vaccinate our kids to protect them against COVID-19. Vaccines have been proven safe and effective for children 5 and up. Talk to your child's doctor or visit myturn.ca.gov to find a vaccine near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
More and more parents are exploring homeschooling. If not in your own family, you probably still know someone who is. You need to check out Astella's Power Homeschool. Power Homeschool is the official program offered by Astellas for parents homeschooling their children. At powerhomeschool.org, you'll see how this program keeps parents in control of their children's education by offering online courses right in your home, taught by some of America's greatest teachers. It's a way to keep your students learning at grade level while allowing for more parental influence and involvement. Parents
Parents are reporting that it is especially effective for struggling students and students with learning disabilities. This is because Accelis is a homeschool learning accelerator. If you're going to homeschool, you will still be responsible to get your students to spend time studying every day. But with Accelis Power Homeschool, they can get a quality education studying at home. It's not too late for the fall school season. Check out Accelis Power Homeschool